The Walnut Creek Extension District, a division of K-State Research and Extension, covering Rush, Ness, and Lane counties. Here's Insight with Extension.
Fall harvest is nearly here, and in terms of chopping silage, some of that is done, with a lot more to come. It doesn't take much math to see that anything that we capitalize on as feed has more profit potential than grain, and that means that most producers need to chop or swath and bale to make that work. Sometimes Mother Nature forces our hand at picking a harvesting option, but many areas this year have received favorable growing conditions, so the size of the crop makes looking at the potential of silage more appealing. Properly harvested and stored, corn and sorghum silage are extremely palatable, have more energy content, are a greater fiber source, and can reduce nitrate concentrations while being relatively consistent in quality, and encouraging feed intake, weight gains, and additional farm profits. Utah State Extension publication details 4 basic phases in the ensiling process, but they all hinge on the anaerobic process. To successfully harvest or store silage, getting the oxygen out by way of correct moisture content, particle size, and adequate packing all must work together. There is considerable interest in kernel processing, as most studies show greater gains. As choppers have grown in size and horsepower, kernel processing is more prevalent. Steers and heifers receiving processed silage are more efficient because of dry matter intake, starch digestion, and lactation performance. When high nitrates are suspected, usually from drought, increasing the harvest height may be justified as the bottom portion of the plant contains higher levels. We usually figure ensiling will decrease nitrates by half, but if nitrates are a concern, test it. Numerous additives are available that enhance the ensiling process. The most common bacterial inoculants are lactic acid forming. They work by accelerating acid production needed in the presence of silage. Silage treated with inoculants will generally stabilize faster and maintain higher amounts of nutrients than untreated silage. Applying them with a chopper is way more uniform than applying them by hand to the trucks or even the pile, even if it does cost a little more. Keep in mind that inoculants contain live bacteria that can lose viability if not handled or stored properly. I have quickly touched on many aspects that producers will be managing, but to adequately discuss all of the concerns, it would take an entire publication. And we have those. Last but not least of all these issues is safety. Chopping and packing can be dangerous work, as it is fast and furious. Everyone must give priority to properly maintained equipment, making certain all guards and shields are in place. Equipment must be turned off when making adjustments, and watch carefully, especially when moving trucks. They move fast, and they get in a routine, making the same trip over and over. Silage piles should not be packed too steep, increasing the likelihood of rolling the packing tractor. Accidents happen quickly, and workers cannot be too careful.
Insight with Extension on Thunder Country 93.5.